All right, hey everybody. I got Marcus here with Heartland Pride Outfitters over in Nebraska and then also in Kansas. He's going to kind of give us his spiel, talk about his operation and what it's like, and let you guys get a feel for that. So first thing, welcome Marcus. Thanks for providing us the opportunity to help advertise, sell a hunt for you guys, and kind of watch you grow and watch us grow, and then see how the partnership and everything work together, as well as hooking some guys up with some great hunting.
Yeah, absolutely. It was nice talking to you and getting to know you over the last few days, and like to see where this takes us. So,
Yeah, it's exciting. First thing I want to ask kind of is, let everybody get to know you. So how long have you been both guiding and then guiding and outfitting?
sure. So we've been at it for around 14 years now. The owner, Cody Cook, and my brother actually went to guide school in Colorado back in the early 2000s, and they both kind of split off and got some experience with some outfitters. Cody went to Colorado, and my brother Jordan went to Idaho, and they both got their feet wet there to kind of get an idea of how to work with people, and the hunting part wasn't the hard part. It was just getting the layout of how things work on a daily basis with an outfitter. And they came back after a couple years with a lot of experience right away, just learning from some great companies that they got tied in with, and came back, and they came to me and said, hey, we want to start our own company. And I said, well, my father-in-law has 6,000 acres in south central Nebraska. What do you guys think about trying to kick things off there? And one thing led to another, and we did. We started that company 14 years, have been able to grow it into a 3-camp business, and we've got 2 camps in Nebraska, 1 in Kansas, and we run roughly over 150,000 to 200,000 acres that we guide on. So the success story and the hard work that those 2 put in is one for the ages, and I have nothing but respect for those guys.
Awesome.
So yeah, trial and error, as far as what we've been through, from that time frame. You just get as much advice as you can from guys that have done it and have had great experience, and just never be satisfied. And so it's been a lot of fun being tied in with Cody Cook and Jordan Schwartz, and my job is so much fun because they make it easy for me to just talk to hunters. So
Yeah, it sounds like a heck of a gig and a great backstory, as far as especially those guys going to guide school. It's a big thing, but generally, in the whole scheme of things, not very many people honestly do that.
right.
A lot of it is either you're going to get your outfitter that knows this spot really damn well, and maybe
Right.
not a people person. They might say 4 words on your trip, but damn, they're going to put you on some deer.
Right.
Or you might get the guys that are businessmen. They know how to work the system. They know how to get property and make the most bang for their buck, but they might not know how to necessarily get you on an animal. So the fact that you guys can do the whole thing,
Right.
not only find out that this works, but to be able to succeed and grow, pretty much is a speech or a saying for itself. It's a pretty cool ordeal, and glad, obviously, that we could be a part of that.
Well, no doubt. I mean, you're exactly right. You hit on it. I'll never forget both of them telling me they were going to guide school. I kind of laughed, initially, because I thought, it's just not a career path a lot of guys take right out of high school. And I'll tell you what, it was the best decision they both made. And for them to allow me to come along with them and teach me everything that they knew along the way has been just nothing short of amazing. So it's been a lot of fun over the years. So
Cool. Yeah. As far as your guys' outfit, where is that located? Like this hunt specifically, Where is that? And then your other two parts, where are they located?
Sure. So this hunt specifically will be in the south central part of Nebraska. That's Furnace County. It's very close to the Kansas border, actually. We're within 10 miles of the Kansas border and parts of the river bottom that we whitetail hunt down here. Like I said, and in the description, I kind of mentioned it is our smallest camp at around 10,000 acres. But this camp is actually the one that my brother Cody and Jordan and I grew up hunting and just being in this area. So we know it very well. It's kind of near and dear to our hearts just because it's kind of home. And we always look forward to, the hunting season coming around this part of Nebraska. As for the other two camps, the other one we run up in northwest Nebraska. It's in the Scottsbluff area. We focus on, about everything: turkeys, antelope, mule deer, whitetails, of course. And that is our biggest camp. There's a lot of open country out there. So, getting over that 100,000 acres it's not easy to do, but when you start getting those contiguous acres, it adds up pretty quickly. So it's a great camp. It's a beautiful, beautiful area, kind of a hidden gem. I tell a lot of people of this country, being able to kind of turn the corner and see a bighorn sheep, a 300-inch bull elk, a mule deer, just turkeys. I mean, they have it all out there. And we take advantage of that. We have so much fun guiding out there. And then our third camp, we run in the Phillipsburg, Kansas area. It's kind of the northwest part of Kansas. It's strictly a whitetail and turkey camp that we have there. And we're roughly around 30 to 40,000 acres that we run there. And my brother Jordan manages that camp and does a phenomenal job, works his tail off year in and year out, and just has success story after success story. We love the three camps we have. We're always looking to expand, but at the same time, we just really enjoy, and take nothing for granted, no doubt. So
awesome. No, I don't feel like I even need to explain or go into detail about that. Like, anybody just listening and would kind of be astonished. I mean, normally you're talking 2, maybe 3,000 acres is a normal, whitetail ranch. So the fact that you guys kind of blew that out of the water definitely is going to be able to help you understand how these genetics in this area is going to be affected. You're going to be able to find these same deer over and over and over on cameras, because they're not going to go anywhere, because they have that room to be in the bedrooms. And even if they get bumped, they can get bumped 2,000 miles away and still be in your guys' farm. So that's a pretty big deal.
Oh yeah, I can't tell you how many times we've had one deer on trail cam, and several miles over, he shows up, and it's still to this, every time it blows your mind that a whitetail will travel that way, and everybody knows it. Yep. You know that those deer move, but when you actually catch the proof of it, and it still surprises you, even doing it as long as we have. So, but yeah, I'm watching deer grow up, having the tabs on those deer from 2 to 5 years old is always a whitetail hunter's dream.
Right.
And just getting that history, and then watching a client come in from wherever, and just have the chance of a lifetime at a great animal, and to close that chapter, and nothing makes us happier to watch that stuff happen. We are, we're almost as happy as those hunters when those days come and that animal is killed, and we love what we do. There's no doubt about it. So
it's definitely business when that's not fun for you guys anymore. It's time to beat feet.
That's darn right. Yep.
So as far as, let's say, someone from out of state wanting to fly in, where would you advise them to fly?
So usually the Omaha and Lincoln, Nebraska airports are probably the most reliable as far just nationwide having airports there. So very, very accessible to get to Denver. But yeah, generally, even for the other two camps, Omaha, Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, are right around the 2 to 3 hour range from those other two camps. And that's usually kind of the go route there. There are some smaller airports, once guys kind of get looking into it deeper, we kind of get into that with them. But generally, those ones are hit or miss very much so. So, initial conversations, it's always Lincoln or Omaha, and then of course Denver for our Northwest camp. So,
if they fly in, is this going to be something that they need to talk to you about? Maybe you picking them up, dropping them off, or do they need to plan on getting like a rent a car? What kind of route do you guys normally go? Because that is quite a little jaunt for you. So.
Yeah. So for those three bigger airports, we usually just give them a heads up. If this is what you decide to do, it's going to be a rent a vehicle situation, and basically get yourself to camp, and then we'll take care of you from there. You will no longer need your vehicle unless hunting time's down, or it's the evening and you guys kind of want to go cruise around or whatever. But outside of that, we drive you everywhere from that point and take care of you. Now, some of the airports that are within the range of the camps, if you happen to find a flight that takes you there and it works out, we will definitely come get you then. Those are within range where it's not wiping out a whole day's work for us to. It's a quick air and pick you up and get back. So we've definitely accommodated people that way. Plenty of people have found those smaller flights, those smaller airports. But just generally, it's usually easier just to find those bigger airlines and bigger airports. So, but yeah, we do have both options, and those conversations happen all the time. So
yeah, and it'll probably still be something that it's not going to be a big question or big issue if they want to ask you, say, hey, if I'm going this way, can that work out? But yeah, nope, I completely understand, and I get it. So from you, let's say you're picking them up, or they're driving from, let's say, Omaha.
Sure.
They get to your guys' facilities. What are they going to be looking at? So
in the South Central Nebraska camp, we have a really, really neat little farmhouse that we have for our lodge. It's a 3-bedroom lodge, several beds in each bedroom. Normally what we do is we try to meet you in the closest town. It's called Bertrand, Nebraska. That's where I live. That's where Jordan lives. And then from there, we kind of just, allow you to follow us out there just to make it a little bit easier. Cause it kind of winds back and around there, but, it's really neat area because the house kind of borders, start of pieces of what we, hunt in that area. So, you're kind of, a lot of guys love it because you're just completely getting away from, what you're, generally used to on a day-to-day basis. I mean, right. There's still cell phone service, so you're not completely in the boondocks, but, you can still talk to your wife or whoever from the lodge. But you're out there. I mean, and you're basically out in the middle, surrounded by cornfields. So it's just a really neat setup, just a fun place to get away from the rest of the world, basically. And, when you're in camp to hunt, that's how you feel, and you get the full effect, the full feel. And it's really no different for our Kansas camp, really. We have 2 houses in Kansas. They're both in the town of Phillipsburg, but they're very homey. We've made them our little hunting lodges, and, you just drive there. We get you set up in your room, and, make you feel as comfortable as possible. We've got all kinds of food and drinks always laying around. So, just allow you to feel at home when you get there. And so all you got to really focus about is hunting and just enjoying your time. when you're with us. So
Awesome. As far as, like you said, eat food and drinks laying around, is this something that they need to plan on their own food? Is it going to be included, like breakfast, lunch, dinner? What are we looking at for as far as meals being planned or provided?
Sure. So for this particular hunt, we actually, Cody's aunt, she likes to do a lot of cooking. She just lives a few miles down the road. She likes to, provide the meals throughout the week that you're here. So we take care of you there, meals and lodging in that aspect. We do drive through, a town if you kind of hunt in one specific area. If there's something you want to pick up, just if you get, hungry throughout the day. There's guys that like to hunt all day, and so, we try to get you, some sandwiches or whatever you like to, get, in that pack so you can sit the, the duration of the day and go that route. But, for the most part, we take care of you. And then in Kansas, we actually have catered meals that a company there takes care of for us. And of course, we just, we go get it and bring it to the house and take care of you in that way. So same deal with there. We always have something to, if those guys that want to sit all day, we always have something to get you through the day. And then of course we'll eat some dinner, like kings and queens. So,
Right.
So it's always good food. So,
yeah. Now as far as, let's kind of focus on the central Nebraska hunt, just because that's, the most standard of the hunts.
Sure.
I'm sure most of them will kind of be the same, but what is the day going to be like in a hunt? Let's say, early October, all the way into January, if you kind of want to talk about all of that.
Sure. Yeah. So, you pull into camp, we always like to, make sure, if it's a bow, crossbow, rifle, whatever it is, in this, in this most general situations, it's a bow. Just make sure things didn't get, knocked around. I think everybody kind of does that. Pretty standard procedure there, and just get comfortable, maybe shoot some nerves out, as you get into camp. And then what we like to do is, get some dinner that night and sit around, get to know each other. And one of the, the hunter's favorite things is, let's start looking at trail cam pics. What have you guys been seeing? What's the game plan? Each one of our camps, we have plat maps that are just, they're blown up, they're huge. We kind of, it makes it easy to kind of break down what's ours, what's not ours, where these deer like to funnel, just everything that we know leading up to, you guys coming to camp. So, and then of course, like I said, trail cam pics, everybody loves, has an idea of what they're looking for. The do's and the don'ts of what we're looking to get after. So, and then, get up early, be ready to go. We're going to be in camp bright and early, pick you up. We're going to be in that tree stand plenty of time before daylight, let things settle down, noise wise and just activity wise, try to beat the deer, before they start moving around too much. We have several tree stands all ready for lifeline harnesses. We have ground blinds, we have muddy box blinds, and it just each hunt is different. We constantly try to figure out what the deer are trying to do, and then game plan from what the wind is doing to where these deer have been kind of focusing the areas. So but yeah, you can sit for several hours in the morning if you want to get out and get some lunch, maybe a quick nap, and do it again in the afternoon. That's just something we kind of go with each hunter as they come in. This guy might want to sit all day. Okay. This guy might want to, come in, have a lunch, take a nap, get back after it, and we just try to make it accommodating for everybody. So,
I'm assuming,
but yeah, no, go ahead.
I was just saying, I'm assuming the central Nebraska and the Kansas style hunting is going to be pretty much identical.
Yes.
Then you get into the western side, Nebraska, then you're probably going to be looking more at spotting and stalking, I'd assume.
Yeah, absolutely. If if you get into those mule deer hunts, it's predominantly going to be very much so spot and stock. And your whitetail hunts will be basically the same as they are here. You know, it's going to be tree stands and things like that. But yeah, yep.
No, that makes sense to me. I mean, you're definitely hammering out the questions, the common ones. One other question I would have would be like, whoever wins this auction, if they wanted to bring, you know, a cameraman, a wife, kid, whatever it may be, bring somebody with them. Is it possible that they can bring a +1? And then is it also possible that they can bring a +1 and that +1 might be able to get a tag or something like that as well?
Sure. So the way we do that, we have a lot of camera guys that like to come, or wives, you know, however it works out. We usually have no problem with that. You know, anybody, you know, if you want to bring your son and he wants to just kind of sit with you, absolutely. We encourage that stuff. As far as getting a tag, you know, Kansas obviously is draw only, so that's usually out. Nebraska tags are over the counter. It's not something we've generally, you know, jumped into as far as, oh, you want a tag now that you came, but it's not completely out of the question. You know, we've dealt with weirder things. Absolutely. We've dealt with crazier things over the years. And, you know, bringing that up, you know, is not out of the question and not out of the realm of a possibility. So, but yeah, as far as cameraman, cameraman, wife, son, daughter, you know, if it's one, you know, or two, and they can accommodate the hunt, you know, at the same time, usually we have no problem with that at all. So,
yeah, no, that makes total sense. I mean, as far as I've got, that pretty much would be everything that I can think of. One other one would be for maybe like after a harvest. Do you guys butcher, or do you stop at, you know, kind of gutting, maybe quartering? What kind of look do you go there?
That's our favorite time. That means it all came together.
Right.
You know, that means our hard work that we put in paid off, and that hunter, you know, his hard work and preparation and you know, putting a good shot on came up, you know, all came together. And probably one of the most fun things we do is we set up and take just some awesome pictures. We think those photographs are timeless, obviously. And so we like to take our time, you know, and sometimes that may mean to, you know, set up the deer and let it sit overnight if the weather is going to allow that, and get some sunrise pictures or whatever it takes to just really capture the moment that just took place. And my brother and Cody are phenomenal at that. They just have an eye for the photography side as well. I'm not sure there's anything those two can't do.
Right.
But they really do enjoy that. But even on top of that, once all that's said and done, yeah, we'll take care of that animal from top to bottom. We will skin it. You know, we'll make sure it's ready for the taxidermist with no blemishes. You know, we take our time, and you know, we prepare the meat for either us to ship it, or if you drove, you know, we'll prepare it for you to, you know, make sure it's going to get home with you. So I can't tell you how many times we've shipped meat, you know, just to guys so they can get back, and we'll take care of it from there and get it back. So we try to do, you know, as much as we possibly can.
Oh, that's awesome. I think that's a big thing, because me, even personally, that's a big issue. Like I'm looking at driving pretty much everywhere, because flying meat, flying head, it's a total pain. So just the fact that you guys know how to do it well enough to do it is one thing, and then to actually do it for a customer is a pretty big
well deal. You know, and that's one of those things that for us, it's, you know, it's part of the job. Let's finish the job, you know, and one of the most important things we're doing is harvesting that meat and, you know, feeding families, you know, all over. So, you know, let's finish this out and get it done the right way. So
awesome. Well, I think I'm good. I don't really have any more questions. Do you have anything that you might want to add that maybe we missed or anything like that?
No, we're really looking forward to, starting this with the Hunt and Fish Connection. It was really nice, like I said, getting to talk to you over the last few days, Colin, and we'll just see. Hopefully, these things go over well, and I'm looking forward to hopefully bringing some fun hunters to the state of Nebraska and hopefully Kansas, in the future with you guys.
Awesome. Nope. That sounds great, and I appreciate everything, and I look forward to seeing how this auction turns out and how the partnership continues to grow.
You bet. It was nice seeing you.
And I'll talk to you later. All right.
You bet. See ya.
All right. See ya.